Hello to the Formula One fans all over the world. I come back to you with another review of the Monaco Grand Prix that took place at Monaco this past weekend. So basically, going into the weekend, everyone thought, yeah, it's gonna be a Red Bull track, innit? Because Red Bull they do quite well on street circuits most of the time. Not all the time, but most of the time they can set up the car for a street circuit. So basically, on the Friday, um, you had Ferrari fastest in practice, uh, in practice one and practice two, which was on Thursday, and then on Friday is a day off in Monaco. Monaco practice is not on Friday, is on Thursday. Practice one and two is on Thursday, and then Friday they take a day off, and then they come back on Saturday for practice three and then qualifying. So practice three, it was it Leclerc that went fastest. He went fastest in practice three, and he only done like one flying lap because the day on the Thursday, Charles Leclerc in the Ferrari, he had a gearbox problem, so he ended up not doing too many laps in practice one, and he missed a few of practice two as well. So he was playing catch up. And imagine on the Saturday, Leclerc just comes and does a brilliant lap for Ferrari. So Ferrari was showing that they had pace, and they haven't been fast for a long time. So it was good that Ferrari brought some pace to the thing. So now they can challenge Mercedes and Red Bull, and everyone was saying, "Look, this is a genuine pace." And then on Saturday in qualifying, Charles Leclerc put it in pole position. That's like his 10th pole position for Ferrari. Charles Leclerc, he put it in pole position. So when he put it in pole position, when he put it in pole position, it was like imagine you put it in pole position, and then on the last lap here to conclude the session, he crashed his car. He crashed his car through through the swimming pool section. So when he crashed his car, no one behind him, cause there's gonna wave yellow flags, and yellow flags on the track means you have to slow down. And when you see the yellow flags, it means you have to slow down to a certain delta on your steering wheel. So basically, when he crashed here, it didn't give no one a chance behind him to take pole position, because Max Verstappen said he could have took pole position, and Valtteri Bottas was saying that he could have took pole position. So Max was pissed here, and Max was swearing. It was swearing on the radio with the F word and that. But that's just Max's passion and Max's aggressiveness. You can look at it as arrogance or whatever, but Max swears a lot on the radio, and when he's unhappy, you will know on the radio that Max Verstappen is not happy. So going into the race, when Leclerc crashed here so when he crashed, the session was over and he took pole position. So Leclerc is supposed to start first in pole position, but Ferrari didn't change his gearbox, because they said they checked the car, and then the car was alright. So going into Sunday, they thought the car was alright. So going into the race on a Sunday afternoon, Leclerc comes out on his warm-up lap, and then his gearbox lets him go. So basically, Ferrari took a risk here not to change his gearbox and give him a 5-place grid penalty. So if you change your gearbox from qualifying to the race, or sometimes before the weekend, depending on the rules, you can get a 5-place grid penalty. That means wherever you qualify, you have to you have to start your race 5 places behind. So imagine this now. On the warm-up lap, his gearbox lets go of him, Leclerc, and it's his home race as well. He's from Monaco. He's driving a Ferrari on pole position, but because of the nasty crash that he had the day before, he wasn't able to start the race. So it was disappointing for him. And then, so Max in second, Bottas in third. Max had a brilliant start, so Max was leading the race, and then you had Lewis stuck in sixth behind Pierre Gasly in the AlphaTauri, and then Sebastian Vettel in the Aston Martin was behind Lewis. So the mistake Mercedes made, the mistake Mercedes made in the race was Yeah, so basically the mistake Mercedes made here in the race was Lewis Hamilton was running sixth here, and obviously he's fighting for the championship, and his championship rival is in the lead of the race. Red Bull have genuine pace, and they basically um, they basically pitted Lewis Hamilton first out of all the front runners, and he was saving his tires to go longer. So in Monaco, if you go longer, you gain track position, and then you can eke out your tires and then put on new tires and come out fresh. So imagine this now. He he ended up he ended up with losing two positions because he pitted earlier than everyone. He lost a position to Vettel and Perez. Imagine they were trying to undercut. They were trying to undercut Gasly, but he lost the position to Vettel and Perez, so it wasn't too great. It wasn't too great at all, and he was complaining over the radio. And then the race it was like a formality. Max Verstappen won the race, and then Valtteri Bottas had a problem in the pits as well, in the pit lane as well, because they said the wheel nut didn't want to come off. Imagine he got to the pits, the jacking up, trying to take the wheel off. The wheel didn't want to come off. They're saying the wheel nut machined itself onto the axle. That's a bit weird, isn't it? Imagine the wheel nut. They said it went into the axle, so when they're trying to get it out, yeah, it didn't come out. But there's a few couple of theories behind that. So imagine this now, Max Max wins the race, and then Lewis finished second, but he took fastest lap. And before the race, he was leading the championship by 14 points, and then he's lost he's lost how many points now? He's second in the championship by 4 points. He lost. So took the lead of the championship. Max Verstappen in the Red Bull took the lead of the World Drivers' Championship from Lewis Hamilton. The first time Max has led the World Championship in his career, but Mercedes will be looking to bounce back in the next race in Azerbaijan in Baku. It's a street circuit, but it's got long straights as well. So it's gonna be a difficult race for everyone. The Ferraris are quite fast as well in that on that track in Azerbaijan. And Red Bull's gonna have something to say as well. And I won't be surprised if Max turns up with a good car and wins that race as well. He'll be looking to extend his lead in the World Drivers' Championship. But it's difficult to fight Mercedes for the World Drivers' Championship because they always try and bounce back. But now they're under pressure. Now people want to see how to deal with it and how they recover. So all I'm saying is it was a good race. It was a formality. Some of the fans was complaining, but when Lewis Hamilton wins, most of the fans they don't. Some of the fans complain, but most of the British fans they don't complain. But when Max Verstappen wins, some of the British fans are gonna complain. They're gonna be salty. The Mercedes fans are not gonna be happy. The Dutch fans are gonna be happy. So that's how the thing stays. It fluctuates, isn't it? So you don't know who's supporting who. So I'm just happy that Verstappen is driving well and is giving Mercedes a challenge. Because if it was just easy for Lewis to win again this season, they're just gonna say Formula One's boring. So now Mercedes have to find something extra gear and then step it up and win some races and take command of the championship, or Red Bull will beat them this season if they don't get their act together. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the next race. And shout out to Sebastian Vettel. He drove brilliantly as well to take fifth position. And Sergio Perez in the second Red Bull, he drove brilliantly to take fourth position. And Lando Norris got on the podium. So the podium was Max Verstappen winning the race, and you had Carlos Sainz in a Ferrari in second, and you had Lando Norris in third, who just signed a new contract for McLaren. So this season's shaping up to be exciting. And I'm sure Lewis Hamilton was very disappointed with his team, the decisions they made coming into the weekend. Because they said that they changed the car on from Thursday to Saturday, and those changes didn't work. So imagine this, those changes didn't work. They had to go on qualifying with it. He qualified sixth. By qualifying sixth, yeah, qualifying sixth, he started the race okay. He was driving okay, saving his tires, but Mercedes tried to pit him early. But no one wanted to pit. He had to take that risk. Imagine he had to pit first, and everyone reacted to him. So if he didn't pit, people would have, they might have stayed out on track, or someone would have pulled that trigger and pitted. So it is what it is, player. So looking forward to the next race. So now you have Max Verstappen in the lead of the World Drivers' Championship, and then obviously as a racing driver, when Lewis Hamilton looks at that, he's gonna be like, nah, 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 nah. We need to get back on top, you know, because he's going for his 8th World Champion, and Max is going for his first World Championship. So experience is lying on the side of Mercedes and Lewis. So I'm looking forward to the next race. Is gonna be a power circuit basically. So maybe Honda might bring some upgrades, and then they could beat Mercedes there. So I'm not expecting Mercedes to turn up to the next race and blitz everyone. I just expect them to make some small changes and make sure that they have the pace to fight for wins, you know, to fight for wins and put Red Bull under pressure. Because I feel like at the moment, because they don't have the faster car, they need to put Red Bull under pressure for Red Bull to make a few mistakes and they capitalize on it. So with that, I'm going to leave it here. I'm going to love you and leave you. And then on to the next one. So congratulations to Max Verstappen. Congratulations to Max Verstappen on a brilliant Grand Prix win at Monaco. So yeah, respect. Bye bye.